Where did humans come from? How did we arrive on this planet Earth? This is perhaps the most profound question humanity has ever asked about itself. Throughout history, every civilization has sought answers to this mystery. Every religion offers its own explanation of human origins and how we came to exist on Earth. But when we examine human origins from a scientific perspective, the story transforms completely. Science tells us that humans came to Earth through evolution, a process of gradual change spanning millions of years. According to scientific evidence, human origins trace back to four-legged, ape-like creatures. Millions of years ago, our ancestors resembled apes, who gradually evolved into primitive humans, and those primitive humans eventually became modern humans like us. But how much truth lies in this narrative? People often ask, if humans evolved from monkeys, why haven't today's monkeys become humans? Well, the answer is surprisingly straightforward, and you'll discover it as we progress through this video. Scientists search for Earth's past by excavating deep into the ground, and so far, researchers have unearthed numerous fossils in the African region that connect the links of human history. Based on these discoveries, scientists present the theory of evolution and explain how humans came to exist on Earth. Evolution is a type of change that occurs in plants, animals, and all living organisms over thousands and millions of years. Nature itself determines what those changes will be. Evolution is never linear, meaning we cannot predict what the next step of evolution will be. Evolution can branch in any direction, like a tree, depending on the environment and ecosystem. In 1859, Charles Darwin wrote a historic book called The Origin of Species. In this groundbreaking work, he explained the theory of natural selection. Here's how it works. Whenever reproduction occurs in humans, animals, and plants, the parents' genes transfer to their offspring. During this transfer, mutations occur in genes, small changes that get passed down to future generations. For example, suppose you have brown eyes, and a mutation occurs in the gene that determines your child's eye color. Because of this mutation, your child is born with blue eyes instead of brown like yours. Then your child's descendants will also have blue eyes until another gene mutation occurs in them. Now, the changes that occur due to gene mutations can be both beneficial and harmful. It all depends on whether those changes suit the environment. Let me give you a clear example to understand this better. Imagine a brown frog that has several offspring, most of whom are also brown. But due to a mutation in one offspring's genes, one baby is born green. Whether this green frog survives depends entirely on its environment. If this green frog is born in an environment where it cannot hide, perhaps among brown rocks and mud, it will be easily spotted by predators and quickly become their meal. In this case, the mutation is harmful and the green frog won't survive to pass on its genes. But if the same green frog is born in an environment filled with green plants and vegetation where it can camouflage itself from predators, it will survive, reproduce, and pass its green color to future generations. In this case, the mutation is beneficial. This process is called natural selection. Natural selection's rule is ruthless and unforgiving. Every species must pass through it. All the species you see on Earth today have passed through this harsh rule of natural selection and evolved into their present forms. Species that couldn't withstand natural selection's demands became extinct from Earth. If we humans have evolved so successfully today, then somewhere in our past, our ancestors must have passed the test of natural selection countless times. That's how we became Earth's dominant species. Now, to understand how evolution works according to the environment, and why today's monkeys are not our ancestors and why they haven't become humans, let me tell you about a fascinating bird, the finch. Listen carefully, because this finch bird theory will help you understand how evolution works for all species on Earth. After years of meticulous research, Charles Darwin presented the finch bird evolution theory to the world, creating a sensation in the scientific community. Through this theory, Darwin revealed that about 2 million years ago, the finch bird first came into existence. In its early days, this small bird was simple and gentle. There was only one species of finch on the entire Earth, limited to a single island location. these birds had no knowledge of the world beyond their island. As the finch population grew, they began facing a food shortage. They needed more food, leaving them with only one option: to migrate to other islands. The finch birds divided into 3 groups. One group migrated to Island A, the second group flew to Island B, and the third group decided to remain on their original Island C. The first 2 groups that migrated faced completely different environments and began adapting to those new conditions. The temperature and ecosystem of Island A were completely different from Island B. The food available on Island A was not found on Island B. For instance, fruits were abundant on Island A, but on Island B, fruits were scarce. Instead, Island B had plenty of insects and worms. According to the atmosphere of each island, evolution occurred. The finches on Island A developed long, slender beaks perfect for eating fruits. But the finches on Island B didn't need long beaks. They needed strong, powerful beaks to crack open insects. So their beaks remained short but became very strong. The finches in both locations evolved according to their environments. Initially, both groups faced many difficulties adapting, but their determination to survive caused them to evolve. After this, if you're finding this fascinating, please like and subscribe for more content like this. The evolutionary source of snakes and lizards is the same. The source of dogs and wolves is also identical. Similarly, the evolutionary source of humans and other ape species was the same. We cannot say we evolved from monkeys because we didn't. The truth is that monkeys and chimpanzees are our evolutionary cousins. Our primary source is the same, which is why our DNA matches theirs in many ways. But this does not mean that humans evolved from monkeys. If you look at human evolution, you'll see that from the origin point where our evolution began, many other species evolved in different directions. We humans are just one small branch of a very large evolutionary tree. Our closest evolutionary cousins are the great apes, chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, and bonobos. All these great apes, together with humans, form a branch called hominids. In this hominid category, all these great apes share similarities with us humans. For instance, no hominid has a tail. Bipedalism, the ability to walk on 2 legs, is observed in all hominids. Although it's most prominent in humans, gorillas can also walk on 2 legs. All hominids share the same blood groups, A, B, AB, and O. If we examine DNA, humans and chimpanzees share approximately 99% similarity. Gorillas and humans share about 98%, and orangutans match up to 97%. So, there must have been a common ancestor of humans and great apes, from where evolution branched in 2 directions. Bonobos and chimpanzees are our closest evolutionary cousins. They can understand sign language, enjoy watching TV, and even experience ticklishness like we do. If we step 1 level back from hominids, we reach hominoids, which include great apes, humans, and lesser apes such as gibbons. Their DNA matches with humans up to 96%. Going 1 more step back, we reach primates, where tarsiers and lemurs are also included. So, we didn't evolve from monkeys. Rather, monkeys, great apes, and humans all evolved from a common origin. But we humans are truly special. Our evolution occurred in a completely different way. At a certain point, humans had a common ancestor from where Homo sapiens evolved. Homo sapiens didn't emerge directly. It happened through several branches. There were other human species, our closest evolutionary cousins, who no longer exist today. We humans, Homo sapiens, arrived on Earth only 300,000 years ago. But the foundation for becoming today's humans was laid 7 million years ago. During those 6.7 million years, many species evolved before us. About 7 million years ago, hominins separated from the ancestors of great apes. The first hominin species was Sahelanthropus, which still looked very ape-like. About 4 to 5 million years ago, Ardipithecus evolved. They could walk on 2 legs but still lived partly in trees, a transitional form. As Africa's forests dried up, they began living on open ground. Ardipithecus ramidus stood about 4 feet tall with a brain the size of an orange. Then came Australopithecus, about 3 to 4 million years ago. They walked fully upright, though their brains were still small. About 2.3 million years ago, Homo habilis evolved, the first of the Homo species. From this point, intelligence grew rapidly. Homo habilis, also known as handyman, was the first to use stone tools. Their brain size had doubled compared to earlier species. About 1.8 million years ago came Homo erectus. They could stand completely upright and became hunters. They were the first to control fire and cook food, which boosted brain growth. Later, about 300,000 to 400,000 years ago, two highly intelligent species emerged, Homo neanderthalensis and Homo sapiens. Both spread across the globe, made tools, and developed basic languages to communicate. But around 30,000 years ago, something mysterious happened. The Neanderthals suddenly became extinct. After the Neanderthals vanished, only one Homo species remained, Homo sapiens, modern humans. But we still faced many challenges. A few thousand years later, an ice age began and lasted until about 15,000 years ago. Because Homo sapiens had learned to control fire, they managed to survive. The ice age taught them the importance of reliable food sources. About 10,000 years ago, humans learned agriculture, planting seeds and cultivating crops. This agricultural revolution changed everything. Humans settled in one place, built homes, and formed larger communities. Later, they invented the wheel, speeding up progress. The human who once lived in forests has now reached the moon. Some people don't consider evolution correct, but scientifically speaking, evolution explains the origin of life with remarkable accuracy. All species you see today, and even those extinct, evolved by passing the test of natural selection. It's true that in evolution, some animals evolved into many species, like snakes, cats, or birds. But only one human species, Homo sapiens, survived. Others couldn't adapt and vanished. Some people ask whether evolution has stopped or is still happening. The answer is simple: evolution never stops. It continues even today. Evolution is slow, so we can't feel it in our short lifespans. But it's happening right now. For example, people in cold regions have lighter skin, while those in hot regions have darker skin. This is adaptation and evolution. Eye colors, height, and body types vary by geography. This too is evolution in action. As for monkeys or chimpanzees, they won't suddenly evolve into humans. Evolution depends on environmental pressures and changes. Unless an animal enters a completely new environment, significant evolution cannot occur. We humans have created so many barriers and confined animals to limited areas that they might go extinct, but they won't evolve into something entirely new. Understanding human evolution isn't just about knowing where we came from. It's about understanding who we are. We are the result of millions of years of adaptation, survival, and change. Every part of our body, every instinct, every capability, is the result of countless generations surviving against tremendous odds. We share this planet with millions of other species, all connected through the tree of life stretching back billions of years. The human who once huddled in caves now illuminates the night with lights. The human who once communicated with grunts now shares information instantly across the globe. Evolution gave us the foundation, human creativity built upon it to create the modern world. You are the product of an unbroken chain of survivors stretching back millions of years. That's something worth celebrating. If you found this journey through human evolution fascinating and informative, please share this video with others who might enjoy it. Keep questioning, keep learning. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.